Good morning guys, welcome back to another video with me. If you're new here, my name is Amy and I have been on a weight loss journey for the last couple of years following the Starch Solution and using the principle of calorie density. I want to show you what I'm eating every single day as a busy mum, how I make this lifestyle work for me, all the habits and systems that I put in place when life is mad to keep weight loss sustainable for the long haul. So I am still doing my potato reset at the moment, and I was just going to finish it this Sunday, but I've decided to do an extra week. So I've got another like a week and a half of potatoes, and I'm so excited about that because I love potatoes so dearly. I have been amazing this morning and I have made my entire breakfast. I've only just got back from the school run. I've just made everything this morning, and we are going to be going out today to see some friends, and then we've got a hairdresser coming over to just sort my hair out because it's ridiculous up in here. So I thought I would just take the... What are you doing, Robs? So I thought, So I thought I would make the most of the opportunity this morning whilst I was in the kitchen to make my breakfast. So I want to show you what I've got. For you guys who don't know, I start my day with veggies every single morning, and in here I have got half of a massive purple cabbage and an entire bag of kale. And I know it sounds horrible maybe to some people to start your day with veggies, and like, why would you want to do that? But the more you do it, the more you crave veggies, and now I could not imagine starting my day with anything other than veggies. There's something magical about them. And obviously alongside my veggies, I'm also having the starch. So I am also following my own meal plan, which you can check out down below if you're interested. But this morning we are having marzipan pudding, and oh my God, that is so good. That literally, it still blows my mind. I've made it so many times, but it's so good. So yeah, just sweet potato, marzipan pudding. Hello guys, I realised I completely forgot to show you what my breakfast looked like before I stuffed it in my little face. So I'm sorry about that. But I just spent the last hour feeding Roms, eating my breakfast, having a cup of tea and doing some work. I just posted a little what Rom eats in a day, which I think was quite fun. But anyway, it's now 10:15 and we are about to head out to the park to go and see some friends. So we're probably going to be there till about lunchtime, or at least I think Romi's going to be hungry while we're there, basically. So are you going to be hungry? I got purple lips again. So I am going to figure out what to take with us so that Romy can have a little snack. And I'm also obviously going to bring myself some food just in case I get hungry. Not quite sure what yet because I have no food prepared apart from soup, and I can't really bring soup. So let's figure this out. By the way, that pudding was to die for. Those veggies were to die for. That was one of my favourite breakfasts ever. So simple, but so darn delicious. So we've got a change of plans. It started peeing down a little bit, so we decided not to walk half an hour to the park and back. So instead we're going to see if our friends can come over here. But Romy was so upset when we came back inside because we were literally out for 30 seconds and I was like, oh my God, it's about to rain. So much so that we've come into the garden so she can just have a little play in the stones before we get trapped inside. A bit of rain never stops the baby from being happy, does it? Okay, change of plans again. The weather's perked up, so we are actually going to meet them at the park now. And I am bringing 2 sweet potatoes with me, as well as all the sweet potatoes in my bag, which I have given to my friend because she's got a car. So anyway, I was just getting a bit snacky, and I'm just really loving the sweet potatoes at the moment. Yes, I could have gone for carrots or something, but I feel like I actually needed some starchy energy because I'm going to be doing a nice little walk to get to the park. So anyway, 2 little sweet potatoes. Hello. So we are walking back home. It started absolutely chucking it down, and so we got out of there really quickly. So we didn't spend long in the park with our friends, but it was still really nice to see them. Romy had a lovely time, and I got loads of good steps in, which is fantastic. Currently got bag on the front, Romy on the back. Loving getting that movement in, and now the sun's popped out and now I'm blooming boiling. But anyway, what I just want to say is I feel like the potato reset, it's just amazing, but it's really making me start to look at food as just fuel. I haven't really been thinking about food in the same way that I usually do, which is, oh, I can't wait to eat that tasty thing. And yes, obviously, I still love my food eating the potato reset, but I actually eat for fuel as opposed to eating because it's super tasty. I hope that makes sense. But basically, what an incredible thing, because I mean, that is just how I think food should be. We should always enjoy our food, but first and foremost, it should be fuel. When we need fuel to make our bodies function, that's when we should eat. And then when we have had enough fuel, that's when we should stop eating. So food is definitely fuel, and potato reset is really helping me do this. I know a lot of people have been asking, like a few videos ago, I was just having a scroll through the comments. I'm so sorry I don't get back to your comments, but I do read them all when I have time. Yeah, so sorry, there were some people walking behind me and I still didn't feel comfortable chatting to a phone when there's loads of people around. It makes me feel really just weird. I don't know if that will ever change, but what I wanted to say was, I know people have been asking about my weight loss journey and stuff like that, and if I'm doing the potato reset to lose weight, or why am I doing the potato reset? Great question. So no, it is not for weight loss. I am curious to see if I have, if I do experience any weight loss, but I'm not doing it for weight loss, really. But what I'm doing it for is basically, before I started the potato reset, I had a stressful couple of weeks with it being half term, where where I had lots of family members staying, and we were also writing, my sister-in-law and I, writing our Indian cookbook, which is amazing, but it meant that I was eating a lot, and my focus was on food throughout the day quite a lot, and I was a little bit stressed, so I was eating more than usual, just not being super mindful with my food. And so I really felt like a potato reset would just kind of get me back to basics, back to my happy place with food, with how I see food, and just resetting my taste buds. And also, I wasn't really in the habit of eating a lot of potatoes a couple of weeks ago, to be honest. I let that kind of fall, so just getting back into the habit of getting more potatoes in, honouring my hunger fullness cues, really focus on that emotional side of eating, which I felt like I had not been able to focus on for the few weeks prior. So that's kind of why I wanted to do the potato reset. And also, obviously, I wanted to, I thought it'd be really nice to do it with you guys, to support any of you guys who wanted to do a potato reset. And it's so lovely to do it as a community. Over on our private Facebook group, there have been loads of people who are just getting so much out of the potato reset, and sometimes I think people really need that, and to do it as a community is so powerful. So that was my other reason, is just to get everyone involved, trusting potatoes, chatting about potatoes, the importance of potatoes for your health, that you don't need to be scared of potatoes, all those good things. But in terms of weight loss, I don't really know, to be honest. It's not really something I've been keeping track of recently. I did weigh myself before the potato reset, and since I got back from India, I have gained a few pounds. Now, there's so many things to unravel about that. I'm not mad about it, I don't really mind about it, it makes no difference to me. But I don't think it's because of the kinds of foods that I've been eating. I think I probably did splash out a bit more over Christmas and have more cookies, and I did drink a little bit as well. But I think it was more about the fact that I have not been really getting the same amount of movement into my day as I was beforehand. So during the summertime, I go out for really long walks every single day. I was going for runs, I was doing park runs, all those kinds of things. And then over the winter period, I kind of just let that all stop. And you don't need to do loads of exercise in order to lose weight, especially when you have more weight to lose. But when you're kind of around like your goal area or whatever it is, then exercise can come into play a little bit more there, because at the end of the day it is all about calories in, calories out. So when there's not much tweaking to be done in terms of food, then the amount of movement you get in every day is going to be a major player. So I've just really not been getting my movement in. But yes, even though I didn't embark on the potato reset for weight loss purposes, I am curious to see if there will be any weight loss after the potato reset. And I'm actually not going to weigh myself until the very end of the potato reset, and I'm doing 3 weeks now. So I'm not going to weigh myself until the end of the 3rd week. So that'll just be quite interesting because I haven't got a clue. But the other thing I was going to say is, I think one of the most important thing is how you feel. So do you feel like you've got energy? Do you feel lean? Do you feel light? I have been feeling so light and so lean during this potato reset, especially this past week. And that is so much more important to me than any number on the scale that could pop up in my direction. So do you feel, it depends what's important to you. Yes, a number on the scale does indicate certain things, but also how are you feeling? Number on the scale is not everything. There's muscle that comes into play. There's the time of month. Have you got your period? There's so many different things. So a number on the scale is, yes, fair enough. It's a good indicator, but how are you feeling? That's the most important. The other thing I want to say is, I don't think you ever reach a goal weight and then necessarily stay exactly at that weight. I think there will always be small fluctuations up and down depending on what's going on in your life, time of the year, are you getting movement in, all of those things. There's always going to be fluctuations. So I don't think you ever get to a point and go, yay, I'm here forever now. You still have to keep doing what you're doing, keep eating the way that you have been eating to lose weight in order to stay at your goal weight. I don't really think that you can, go back to stuffing your face with pizza and stuff. But yeah, anyways, this is a journey, and I'm not expecting to get to a certain weight. I have no idea. But let me know if you guys want me to keep you updated. Okay guys, so I have just spent the last half an hour busy filming a recipe here for YouTube, 3 different recipes, and I'm very excited about all of them. They are all sweet and chocolatey and delicious and potato reset friendly. But what I'm having for lunch is something completely different because I've had a lot of sweet potato today. So I'll tell you what I've done. I've whipped up a massive batch of mashed potatoes, which I'm very excited about. I intend to have some of this now as fresh mashed potatoes, and I'm going to make some sushi maybe a little bit later, and also potentially like a bit of a pizza base or something another day. So anyway, this is going to be great. I also have some leftover green soup, heating up in the microwave, and I found some cherry tomatoes, and I thought I would just nibble on these whilst I'm waiting for my soup. So this is a good bit of preloading. I wish I'd remembered to eat these earlier because these are so yummy. Okay, Romy is finally awake and it's nearly 2 o'clock. Romy found my mash and she decided to jump into it because she loves mash with a passion. So I'm going to be giving her some tomatoes and some soup just like me. So this is what I've got going on. Cherry tomatoes, I'm going to eat that first. Then I'm going to have my soup. Then I'm going to have as much of this mash as I please because it is so delicious. I haven't had mash for days, and actually I love mash, so we're going to be having more of that. Anyway, so I'll show you what I've quickly created. I want to show you. So these are my cookies. Oh yes, I'm very excited about that. I'm just letting them cool because they're still quite hot. And then I made some more of those chocolate fries that I made the other day because they're darn delicious. And hopefully I'll show you guys how to make them. But anyway, I'm going to go dive into my lunch and share it with Roms. Little foodie update. So I've finished my soup and loads of cherry tomatoes, but I am now stuffed to the brim and I cannot eat my mash in the slightest. That is the power of eating my non-starchy veggies first. I would have been hungry if I hadn't had those sweet potatoes, but basically I'd already had my starch, and so I didn't really need it in terms of my hunger levels. So I'm going to save that mash for a little bit later. I might have it with my dinner. I don't even know what I'm having for dinner tonight. So I did. Romy's falling asleep in her pizza. So I am now blonde once again. So the hairdresser finally came to sort out my crazy roots. I had not had my hair done for like 5 months and they were getting unruly, but it feels really weird. I don't feel like myself with the blonde, so it's going to take a while to get used to it. But I just wanted to hop on to say my babies are just having some pizza and some broccoli for dinner this evening. That's the pizza we've got going on. They've got sweet corn and spinach, and we actually had some like naughty vegan cheese left over from ages ago, and I didn't have any cheese sauce made, so I was getting my hair done, so I just told James to put the cheese on. So sometimes they do have stuff that's not strictly whole food plant-based, but they did have loads of broccoli beforehand. So I don't know whether I'm hungry or not. It's been a strange day and I've been nibbling on things. I've eaten both of those sweet potato cookies. I have had the majority, if not all, of the sweet potato chocolate fries. And I've had a couple of mouthfuls of mashed potatoes. It's been a very starch heavy afternoon. I've not really been prioritizing my veggies very much because we've been busy, and I've had the hairdresser over, and when life is crazy I get a bit unorganized, as do most people, I think. So that's all right. That's absolutely fine. Those days happen, and you know, it's potatoes after all. However, I do want to make sure I get my non-starchy veggies in. So let's have a little think about what I want to do here. So if I get hungry, I am going to get into the vegetable heaven. I know I love crispy courgettes and I want things that are tasty. So I'm going to have loads of crispy courgettes. I'm really loving carrots at the moment. So I'm going to have some carrots and some sauteed broccoli. Okay, so this one is not for me, but I just wanted to share what I've made for my babies and for James. I've made the massive, gigantic chocolate cookies. So for this, I did 2 mashed bananas, a cup of oats, cocoa powder, maple syrup, peanut butter, and a couple of naughty little chocolate chips on the top there. And so they are enjoying this while we have our movie night tonight. I just wanted to quickly show you guys. It smells amazing, but I'm totally not interested in this at all because I had my 2 cookies earlier. That's what inspired me to make them some cookies as well. But my plan right now is, I am getting a little bit hungry. I started eating this mash and I was like, hold on, Amy, let's get some veggies in there first. So I'm going to quickly get my veggies going, and then I'm going to do a tiny little bounce, probably like 15 minutes while my veggies are cooking. Then I'm going to sit down and finish off the movie with my family. So that is my plan. I just wanted to let you know. Okay, guys, so it's funny how life can change. I've gone from not being very hungry to being very hungry and going to enjoy a gigantic feast. I have made myself some mashed potato sushi, which is just so delicious. And I've got a head of broccoli, 2 carrots, and 2 courgettes. Here, obviously, in my sushi, I've got carrot, cucumber, and some pickled radish, and some pickled ginger there as well. This looks like a ridiculous feast to have. And yeah, but very vegetable heavy, and I'm going to thoroughly enjoy it. And one must eat when they're hungry, even if it takes them by surprise. Anyway, I'm going to go and watch a family movie and dig into this feast.